Greetings to the free world known to man. Back at you one more again. Want to talk to you good people about the concept of it takes a village to raise a child. See, lately a lot of folks have been throwing this around real nonchalant like, but don't really get how the principle works. And there's, been a couple of flags as to how we know this. Here, first and foremost, in a village, there's no such thing as a bad father, a bad mother, a bad hunter, a bad cook. No one is bad. Now, it's not like in America where now kids are getting trophies for showing up. Wow. Because there's no bad doesn't mean there's not great. You see, there's great warriors, there's great hunters, there's great parents, but there's no bad. And if you've been floating around social media on Father's Day or back in Mother's Day, which it was more Father's Day, it seemed appropriate to bash absentee fathers than it is absentee mothers. Whatever. That's not the meat. The meat is there's no such thing. Because see, a woman who doesn't have the nurturing skills that would equate being a good mother, it's missed. It's missed because the other mothers in the collective pick up the slack. And it's okay. So in this modern translation, say if a mom wanted to go out all the time, she wouldn't have to worry about who she left her kids with because some of the other mothers would stand up and help out with that. So, there wouldn't be certain instances where children are left alone and then parents are thrown in jail, fined, the children go to CPS and this and that and the third because the community, the village, picks up the slack. Now, next, color's not an issue in a village. It really isn't. And it's not because everyone in the village is always the same color. I mean, we can roll back to times. Native Americans, for example, that whole Last of the Mohicans, if you've seen it, that really would take place. They would take on people as members of their tribes, and they were members, period. Yeah, of course, there was probably a little animosity here and there and here, but say when the Comanches conquered a Hopi village, and that might be geographically incorrect, however, just run with it. When the Comanches take over a Hopi village, they bring in slaves who end up being like wives and sons and this and that and the third. 2, 3, 4 generations later, poof, they're all the same tribe. There's no difference anymore. And we get it twisted when people start saying, well, it takes a village to raise a child. But see, when one of our children in the black community does something, well, people lash out at it. They want to hear about the black community. You idiots want to hear about the black community being upset about it. Yo, promise you, when we see a news article, report, or whatever about a black person committing a crime, most black folks are like, damn, we're going to have to hear about this. It is not even, back in the day, in our generation, we were raised to do the right thing, the good thing, is just being a member of the community, a part of the village, to have our peer group look at us, not in fear of what the outsiders were going to say. But as 2000 whatever keeps rolling on, it's more of the latter than the former, it seems. So yeah, when you start talking about the village raising the child, make sure you're including everybody as a villager. Make sure you're being the person with the positives and focusing on them, and the things that are negative, that you come at it with a problem-solving, vice a blaming attitude. And then this village can work and start raising its children together. Think about it. Crazy, right?